Okay, so the learning intention today is to solve problems that have division problems that have remainders. So to be successful today, hopefully you only need to know two things. To understand that a solution to a division problem doesn't always make a whole number, and that you can use and explain the short division method to solve division problems. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully we're building on from what you already know from last year. Okay, so to start with, first problem is going to be 37 divided by 3. So obviously a bit larger than what we wouldn't want to be really drawing 37 pieces. So if we use short division, this is how it will look like. Hopefully this is just building from last year. But we're asking how many times does 3 go into 37? And we're breaking it down, looking at the place value. So how many times does 3 go into the 3? Well, it goes in once, so we'll cross it out because we're finished with it. And how many times does 3 go into 7? Well, it goes 2 times, because 3 times 2 is 6. But I have that 1 left over. So the answer is 12 remainder 1. But we don't want to see remainder answers. We want to see it either written as a fraction, so 12 and a third. Okay, it's a third because there's 1 of 3 left. If we were looking to do it as a decimal answer, obviously it's still 12, but that remainder that we had, we just put down there. Okay, so now it's how many times does 3 go into 10? Well, it'll go in the 3 times. Now here we've got the pattern. So it's always going to end up with 1 remainder and 3. So we put the line over the top of it to say, well, that's recurring. Now, here's the picture here. I've got 37 of something. I've organised them into groups of 3. I've got 12 groups and I've got 1 left over. Okay, let's do another one. This is 45 divided by 6. So we'll write it in our short division method. So how many times does 6 go into 45? Now, 6 doesn't go into 4. So I put a little 0 there just to remind me to use that place value up. But I join the 4 and the 5 together, so I know in my head that I'm doing 45 divided by 6, or how many times 6 go into 45. It goes in 7 times, and there's 3 left over, because 6 sevens are 42. To get to 45 is 3 more. So my answer is going to be 7 and 3/6. Or, if I'm writing it as a fraction, I want to simplify that down, 7.5. If I'm doing that as a decimal, again, I'm still using the same short method to work this out. I put my 2 decimal zeros in just as a starting place, and I do the same thing. 6 does not go into 4, so I join my 4 and my 5 up, so it's 45. 6 goes into 45 7 times. There's 3 remainder. My zeros, or my decimal point, just stays in line. How many times 6 go into 30? Well, it goes in 5 times, so my answer is 7.5, which is, and we all know that 0.5 is the same as a half. So I can see my works there. Alright, but I can hear you answering. That's all well and good for easier questions. Does it work with when I have a larger number? So 11,327 divided by 6. I'm using a few strategies together here. Sorry, I'm still using the same method though, which is how many times does 6 go into 11,327? But I'm breaking it down. 6 doesn't go into 1, so I'm joining it together. 6 goes into 11 once with 5 remainder. So I put that there, crossing out my 11 because I'm done with it. How many times does 6 go into 53? Well, I know it goes in 8 times because 6 eighths are 48. I've got 5 remainder. 6 goes into 52, 8 times. I've got 4 remainder. 6 goes into 47, 7 times, with the remainder of 5. But again, we don't want remainder answers. We want to express that as a fraction. So 1,887 and 5/6. Alright, now if we were going to do it as a decimal, obviously the first part's going to be exactly the same. 6 doesn't go into 1, so 6 into 11 goes once with 5 remainder, so I put that down there. 6 into 53 is 8. 6 into 50 with 5 remainder. 6 into 52 is 8 with 4 remainder. 6 into 47 is 7. Put my decimal points in and my zeros. I haven't changed the number at all. It's still the same number. Put my remainder, so 6 into 50. Go 8 times, 2 remainder. 6 into 20. Go 3 times. I'm going to end up with 2 remainder again. So I don't need to do it. I know that I can just put in the recurring. Okay? Because I will continually get 3s. So therefore my answer would be 1,887 and 83 hundredths. Okay, here are the questions for you to work on. Again, you don't need to do all of them. I would say do about 3, but you want to be purposefully practicing. Okay, you know that the answers are going to come up soon. So do your 3 questions, check your answer. If you get them wrong, go back, try and see where it is wrong. Now, I've written the answers as fractions. Okay. You should be, if you want to know the decimal answer, you'll be able to just type that in on the calculator to check it that way. Again, we want to see all the working out possible. Make sure all your working out is shown, and have a look at the answers. Okay, here are the answers here. Again, check them against yours. See if they match up. Hopefully you've done well. Again, have a good day.